So today I am going to again talk on one more data structure that Python support, that is known as a tuples. Okay, so let's talk first what is tuples means. The tuple is a fundamental data structure. Tuple is a fundamental data structure in the Python that again store collections of object in a single variable. That means we have a multiple element or a group of value data. Okay, instead of we are going to create many variable for each value, I am going to create only one variable, that is tuple variable, that point to the group of collections of object. Here object can be data, message, any types of value you can say. So these are the some key point you have to remember whenever you are working with the tuples. So first is that these are the immutable. What do you mean by immutable? That means tuples cannot be changed after they create it. Order, that means the tuple maintain the order of the elements. You create the tuples, you create a tuples, and here you put the value 1, value 2, value 3. So whatever the order you put the value, create the value, the same order the tuples maintain. Okay, and third option, this is the index base. So whatever the value you are putting in this value 2, value 3, value 4, okay, whatever the value you are putting, so this value is access are internally maintained by the index base. This is the index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3. So tuples are also index based. This means you can access the element via the indexes. So these are the three key point. These are the immutable. These are the ordered and the indexes. So which means that whatever the elements you are putting in the this data structures tuples, they are allow you can access them. The tuples are immutable, that cannot be changed once created. They maintain your order the elements, and also allow you can access the elements with the help of index bases. And so whenever you create tuples, so we have to store tuples allow to use store multiple item in a single variable. You can just create like a city. City is the one variable you can create. Okay, city is the one variable. Variable can hold the value. So here they are not hold only one value. You can mention the list of city: Delhi, Lucknow, Madhya Pradesh, any number of city you can put here. So this is the storing the multiple item or element in the single variable. Now all these cities names are referred by the only city name variable. So you can as simply tuple is the collection which is the order and unchangeable, or that means immutable, and they are written with the round bracket. Okay, they are written with this round bracket. So you have remember the last whenever we discussed the list data structures, list data structures are use this bracket, okay, to store the collections of data. But the tuple syntax is that this way. Okay, so almost the same syntax of the list data structure similarly as a tuples, but the tuples have a order. They are the immutable data structure, and lists are the mutable data structure. So please be remember, whenever you want to generally prefer, our collections of value must be immutable. That's the tuples are many places we are using, but sometime our requirement, our need, no, once I created this my list, I want to add, remove, update. These are operation you want to manipulate, yeah, you can say, than the list data structure. But the tuples are mainly focus on immutable, that's unchangeable. Once you create and let them, everyone can access them. So the syntax is very simple. How to create the tuples? Just use this parenthesis, and elements are separated by the comma. The two syntax. You have to use this parenthesis and your element, comma, element 2, comma, element 3, comma. In this way, you can use this syntax. So here just this is the my tuple, whatever the value created, and you can just print them. Okay. So let's my tuple. You can just use this bracket and put the any value. Okay, and you can print. So syntax is very simple. Okay, okay, tuple. So creation of syntax is very. So this I very like the way this Python language is designed for the very simplicity. Okay, very simplicity. Just okay, as minimum syntax required to learn. Okay, and the element, whatever element you are storing, this is not just the element in the one way. That this is the one way you can create tuple using this bracket. Another way you can use the tuple as a constructor. So whatever that you created, another way you can create, hey, my tuple 1 equal to, use the tuple as a constructor, tuple, and here in this bracket again you can put the same here value, you can put the same value here. Another way you can create the my tuple as well as. So these are the two syntax similarly like a list data structures. One way using this simple parenthesis, another way is in a tuple constructor. So here what are the, you see any kind of differences? What do you think? Is there any things? No. So both are the two way to declare. But someone read this code, okay, and maybe variable name is not like let's I change the variable name. Okay, and here I change. Let's say variable one. Okay, here this is the variable one, and this is the, let's say, variable two. Variable two. Okay, so if you be carefully look the code, both code are same, but the only this lines code is very simple. If you are easily understand this code, yes, here I am creating one variable, that's a tuple. That means if you are experienced, you know the language Python very well, for this is a very convenient syntax. But the code readability purpose, if someone reads this code, new developer or initial developer, that may be confused. This is the list, this is the tuple, what is? But here, if you read this code say create the one variable that is the types of like a tuple. So here mentioned these I am going to create the tuple, a tuple that takes this syntax. So this using the constructor, we can say code readability is increased. Any initial developer or fresher or started Python learnings, they feel code readability is simple. Okay, so one of the goal whenever you are learning any programming language and you are building a software, you are writing code one time you develop your code, that's great, but this code is read by many developer, many years until your code is in production. So the one of the primary you can say goal would be for any software engineering, they write the code in the keeping the mind that this code is read by many. The write, you are writing code once, but writing code once, but reading code many times. The code readability is also one of the key quality of the software engineering. So please be here, just they increase the code readability. There is no confusion. Here might be chance of confusion. It can be list or it can be tuple or something else. But here you mention, hey, this is the tuple. Okay. So Python support both conciseness of the code as well as the code readability. If you want, you can write the code as more readable. Okay. So here you can say Python support, you can create tuple using the direct parenthesis or the same syntax, make the code more readability, you can pass inside the tuple constructor. So now you can just, this is the tuple constructor and the same value you can pass here. I can also create in the tuples. Okay. So let's talk. Once you created the tuples, so that sometime you can set tuple items, or you can say element, or you can say data, or you can say value, or you can say message, or you can say information. Everything is same, but the different terminology, different developer. That's why remember key tuples are ordered, unchangeable, and allow duplicate. Means whatever the value here putting, let's I put a 5, I put a 9, I put again 5. That means duplicates are allowed, they maintain the order. And the elements you want to, if you want to, this is the 5, this is the 5 you want to access, so they have index, which this is the 0 index, this is the 1 index, this is the 2 index. If you are accessing tuple index 2, then this 5 will be, the tuples are indexed, first element start from a 0 and next one. So similar to the list, the only the major plus point is this tuple have unchangeable, immutable kind of data structures. And if you talk as a order, unchangeable, and allow duplicate. Okay. So what we can say, the tuples are order. That means the item have defined the order that will not be changed. So here, let's say notice that the order we put the value, the same order we are getting the value as well as. Okay. And they are unchangeable. That means you cannot change or add or remove element from the tuple once created. So here there is no any option. Let's see, I have a access, let's say we have a tuple and just I created 5691. Okay, and here say printing. Okay, I am printing. So what happened? I say here I can also access via the index. If you say like t of, let's say t of here, t of 2, you can get the value of at the position 2, right? 9. What happened? I can say t array 2 equal to 99. So is it allow? You want to change the value of the second position 9, I want to change the 1999. So is it possible or not? So by default, tuples object are not allowed to assign any value. So tuple interpreter throw, hey, no, you cannot change the any value of the tuple. This is meaning of unmodifiable. If this is a list, you can easily modify. Let's if I have a list like the syntax, I have a 4, 7, 9, and 2. And if you print here ls and here say ls 2 equal to 99 and print ls. So lists are allowed. So here it is not allowed for me. Just comment out the code. Any code you want to comment, just use this syntax to comment the code lines. And if you run here, notice they are changed. So list and tuples are the major differences between the both data structure is that tuples are not allowed to modify once tuples is created. While creating here, you can change the 99. While the creating, it's okay. But once created, you cannot modify them. But lists are allowed to modify them. So both are the order collections, but the difference is tuples are allowed immutable, focus on immutable data structure. List is the data structure that focus on the mutability part. That means once created, you can add element, remove element, update element as well as. Okay. So these are the three key point about the order collections, unchangeable collections, and allow duplicates. You can add put the same element in the tuple as well as. Here you can again put a comma 2, comma 2. You can put them. They are allowed. There is a no any kind of a difficulties to maintaining the same copy of the tuples. Okay. So again, sometime you want to create tuple with a one item. So let's here you say tuple equal to this 9. So what do you think is a tuple or what? So let's print. So this is the sometime very confusion. This is the tuple or not. Syntax is very clear. The syntax of tuple is that whenever we're going to create any tuple, we have to not just only put the value inside this parenthesis. You also mention the comma. If there is a no comma here, that means it is not a tuple. They follow the syntax look like a tuple, but it is not a tuple. How to know it's not a tuple? So just print the type. Hey, what is the type? Python consider this t variable. And notice this is t considered a simple integer value, not a tuple. If you want to make a tuple, then what you'll do? So let's say t1 t1 equal to here 9, just mention the comma, and after that you can just print t1 comma type of t1. Okay, so notice if you run here, second, now this 9 considered as a tuple. So whenever be carefully, if you are going to define tuple, that must have a comma. If no comma, it is considered simple, integer or string or whatever the data types value you are putting. Okay. The same thing here, they are trying to convey, create tuple with only one element, you have a comma after element. Otherwise, Python will not recognize it as a tuple. So here you can say it is a tuple, but here it is not tuple because it's simple. This is the string variable, not a tuple. Okay. So let's what the data types they support. So here, whenever by default you can put a string, int, boolean, any data type. Whatever the primitive data type we study, integer, and the number system, test system, floating system, complex number, everything. All the here the item element can be any data types. Maybe string, might be the integer, might be the boolean. Even you can combine them. Okay, so here where so here say let's one tuple equal to like I just created 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, just print them tuple comma type, okay, tuple 1. Okay, this is the very simple. So this is the tuple of integer, but similarly you can also say, hey, just say a string 1 comma 2 comma 3, and you just say tuple 2 tuple 2. Okay, so these are the tuple. As a string, even can be boolean. You can do the boolean. Just say true, comma false, comma true. Okay, and okay. Even now you can, if you run this three very simple. This is the integer, this is string, this is the boolean. Even you want to float, you can also make a tuple combine. Hey, I am go to the one, another hello, another maybe 2.3, another maybe comma bool. Okay, okay, okay. So it will support. There is no problem. That you can define any types, unique type, mixed types. They are allowed. There is no any kind of rule while creating the tuple what kind of elements or value you are going to collect here. Anything, whatever the Python support the data type, every data type, individual data type, single data type, multi data type can be contained. So contains single data type as well as the different data type. Okay, so there is no any restrictions about this. So I discussed the how to access the element. So we know tuples are accessed by the index number. By default, you can, if you get any tuple equal to here like okay. So here you can say if print, they print all the element, but I want to access the space, but you want to access the specific element, then you have to use the hey, I want to access the positions of the third. The third position, that means okay. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 77 will access. Okay. So be carefully as in tuples are the index based. That means whatever the tuples you creating here by defaults, Pythons are consider it the positional value. So this is the your zero positions, this is the one position, this is the two position, this is the three position, this is the fourth position. Positions you can say position, you can say it is the index. Python's tuples are index based, means whatever the index you want, here I put 30, it will give me 77 as a output. Okay. And even the concept of negative indexing. So Python, hey, this is the, let's you have a one tuple. The tuple have a three element. So they have a two concept. One is the positive index, that is 0, 1 and 2. This is also negative index, means if -1, -2 and -3. So this is known as a positive index. This is known as a negative index. So Python support the same element like when this is the here. This element you can access from the both indexes with the positive indexes or with the negative indexes. So let us example. Here I am accessing with a what is, let's key I want to access this is the this is the like our index 3 0 1 2 3. The same element I can access from the negative index. So what is the negative index for this? This is a -1, this is a -2. Just say -2. You can access the same element with a positive index and with a negative index. So please be, whenever you are going to think positive and negative, let's be carefully remember positive start from the 0, negative start from the -1. Negative not start from the 0, the -1 and then this is the -2, then -3. Okay, this is the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. If you want to access this, you have to say -5. You want to access first, this is the -1. So you want to access first element. That means -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. You say -5. You want to access the last element, say, okay, sorry. You say tuple -1. The -1, let tell you the first number minus first number, and this will say this is the first, this is the last. Okay. So Python support both, whatever you feel comfortable. Generally developer are feeling to use the positive indexes. Okay. You can, but Python is not restrict, you cannot use them. Okay. Even the range of they support, hey, now if your Python support tuples as a indexes, Indexes, that means you can range from here to here I want, or from here to here I want. You can specify the range. You can specify the range of indexes by specifying from where to start and where to end. So whenever you can say index range, you have to specify starting index, from here I want to exclude, and end index, where till I want to exclude. Note that end index, okay, we can specify. So here you can get the value. So for example, here we have a one, is the tuple, and tuple have a one element, two element, three element, four element, five element, six element. The index start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So whenever say 2 index I want to 2 to 5, that means key from this element to this element we want. The 5 is not included. We can say 2 colon 5. So 5 I'm not including before this number 1, 2, 3 I got. Okay. So let us say tuple equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay. And here say print tuple up. I want to print from 2, 3, and I want to 2, 3, then I have to specify index of 2, that means 0, 1, 1 column. I want to include this 2, 3, then I have to specify the index of here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, I have to specify the index 3. So in this case, notice I get the 2, 3. Why? Because the last index, whatever you provide, this is not included. This is before that. So here, okay. So here in our this example, this is the 0 index, this is the 1 index, this is the 2 index, this is the 3 index. Okay. So this is the 0, this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, this is the 4. Okay. So whenever I say 1, that means that this value include the 2, 3. So this is the not included value. This is the only value you achieve this. So only out we are getting output only 2 and 3. Okay, because the last index of 3 is not included. The before the last you can get. The sometime you confusion ki start from 1 and end 3. The 3 also included. No, 1, 2, and only 2 elements you are getting. Okay. Even similarly, like here, you can also have an option, not just this is the one way, whatever you have this index. So first things you can get the slicing. Hey, I want to get this only subsection, this, okay, this. So here I have to specify the index of the 0, 1. I can specify the index 1. This is the 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to specify the 4. So this will give me the one range. But sometime I have just number, okay, number 5, 6, 8, 3, 2, and list one more. Okay. So here I want to just maybe half. I want to just specify half. Means ki I want maybe 8, all till 8, or I want to this. Okay. Sometime I want to just splitting 2, the left side or right side. So whenever you can specify here index, so you have an option. This is the left side and right side. So which you want. Whenever you have a one tuples, you divided the half to, you want to this side or this side, you have to just specify. So here let's so here say, here you can, we have option. Let's I can say 2. I want to all, here I say 2. So these are the two syntax where just you are going to splitting on the half basis, and here specify I want to here complete. I want means the place you not specify the complete lesson. So from starting to all till the 2. Here after 2 everything. Okay. So notice you are getting the here. Yes, I don't know. Okay, this 0 1. Because the last index is not included, so this is the first your value, and this start from 2 to all, from 2 to 0 1 2, from 2 to all. This is the 2 to all. So that means you are splitting this one tuples in the two parts. One part contain 1 2, another part contain 3 to 4. So in this scenario, you can just leave the blank which you want to all. If you specify only one, here I am specify this way, I am here I am specifying only 2. So our intention is that I want to all 0 1. I don't include 2. So this index value you can get. If I specify here like 2 and colon, I'm not specifying anything here. So this indicate that I want to start from the 2, start from the second index 2 3 4 till 5, whatever the index we have available, all the data. This means all the data included this indexes. Here initial all data not included this index. Okay, in this way you are splitting and getting the value. Okay, so support indexes. Even you can go with a minus as well as. So here you can also specify minus indexes as well as. Here say, okay. So instead of sync, here in this example, we know this support the slicing on the basis of minus indexes. So I know this is the minus 1, this is the minus 2, this is the minus 3, this is the minus 4, this is the minus 5. You can same want to, let's see, I want to get this sub is, so I can specify minus 4 to minus 3 because this include or this is not included. So you can specify the this way. So here again the starting point would be the same and column would be the same. The index position B, always this is the starting, this is always index. Just indexing minus this reference, only the change the value, but the logic would be the same. Starting point here in the till this here. Okay, so he can say here, can say print minus 1 minus 2 because I want then minus 2 minus 2 colon minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 5 minus 5. Why minus 5? Okay, because this is the not included. Okay, right. So you can get the value. What is that? Okay, I want to, from this position, I want to this. So you have to mention the here, then here. Okay. In this way, you can get the value. So here you have to specify the this position you want. That means the -4. You can specify this is the -4. Okay. So you can specify -4. This is a -4. This is a -3. This will include. This is the not -2 include. This is the -2. It's not included. If you want to this, that means you specify the -1. If you say -1, that means -1 not included before that. This means this include the 4 as well as this. You can get the value this. So they support the both positive indexes range and even negative indexes range. So let's talk sometime you want to update the tuples, but the tuples is designs that is the once you create a tuple you cannot change the value. But sometime as a programmer you want to modify. So generally logically tuples are not allowed. Directly you cannot modify tuples. That tuples are unchangeable and immutable. But some alternative workaround you have if you want really. What the you can convert the tuple to the list. So we know we have a list. List can is the updatable, mutable. The list element you can change here right now after created. But tuples, whatever the tuples you created, no element can be modified. So what you say, whatever the tuples you have just convert to the list. Once list converted, you can modify them and again back convert to the tuple. So what the workaround generally we are not preferring, but developer have some hack so you can do. So whatever the tuple you have, whatever the tuples, first convert to the list. Okay, list and do modification. Again back convert to the list to tuple. So these are the you can say workaround. Sometime someone asks you want to update some value in the tuple. So just you go convert the tuple into the list and change the list and again convert list back to the tuple. Like here you have a one tuple x converted to the list, modify the list and again update the tuple. Generally not preferring, but yes you can do. So here let's I want to change this 3 to 33, but surely here directly in the tuple index 0 1 2 two position value, I want to allow assign 33. Tuples are not allowed. We print, okay, the tuples are not allowed because these are the immutable, right? So they are not allowed. So what I can do, okay, no problem. I want to, what are these? I comment out and I can say, okay, I can just go convert list. How to convert list? You can use the list constructor and pass this tuple. And now you have a list and the list allow, hey, I want to change second position value equal to 33. Now you change the value again, allow back to the tuple. So what say, hey, tuple equal to, I want to tuple, here pass the ls list. And if you again print tuple, you find somehow it will tuple. Initially this is 3, now it's 33. So what happened? Here just hide. Really, this tuple is not modified. Really, this tuple is not modified. Only you can say, let's what happened. But output look like their tuples is modified. What's if you notice be carefully, this is the print tuple t, they are printing this number. The same tuple printing again t, you are getting the same tuple. So look like this tuples is modified, but reality is not. Let's this is the one variable t, they are pointing to the one tuples that have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whenever you create list, they are creating the another, they're creating one list with all the element 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. They have a one list. You say, hey, I want to update the list. Okay, go update the list. Hey, I want to change this list to, I want to change this 3 to 33. Done. Okay, okay, done. So now list contain to modified 33. But here say t equal to again. You are going to again create a new tuple. Here you're going to create again new tuple. With this tuple, all the value from the list. You are going to the copy maybe 1, 2, 33, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is the new tuples created. But instead of this tuple pointing to this variable, now can say, hey, don't point to this tuple. You now t pointing to this tuple. So this original tuple was the same, but now you are changing the reference from old tuple to the, now this t variable pointing to this new tuple. So look like we are going to print it. This original was not changed, but new tuples are created. Here tuples means now you are going to create new tuples. Whatever the ls list have value, they are copying. So here you are creating the new tuple, not just modify the existing. But look like from the developer perspective, look like this is my existing tuple. I am printing thing, I am getting this. Now I'm the same printing tuple, I am getting this. But here notice you are creating the new tuple. Here creating new tuple, and all the tuples value come from this list. We have a one list available. From list you have to copy all the value in this tuple. So hope it is clear. Yes, we have a workaround, but internally the tuples are unmodified. Be carefully. But hacks are work available. And even some similarly, let's see have one tuple. We have a tuple like 1 and 2. I want to add one more value, add item. The generally tuples are not allowed to add any more element. So since tuples are immutable, they do not allow to any built-in append function. So what way? Again, there is some alternative workaround available. We have a two workaround available. Okay, one is the convert to the list, which we discussed. Just convert this tuple to the list, and list have a built-in method like append. You can call the append method to add more element. Right? Another options we have a just use the two tuples and join them. Let's so let's we have a one tuple equal to just we have a two value 1 comma 2. Here if you print tuple t, okay, this they print 1. Okay, this is no any challenge. So here what happened is say I want to tuple tuple of the just this is the 0 index 1 index. I want to add a third 3 equal to I want to 3, but tuples are uh, immutable, that's not allowed. Okay, so what I can alternative, so let's go. I know ki I can convert this tuple to the list, so I can create, hey, I am going to create list using the list constructor. I pass this tuple. Now we have a list, so list have a method append. I can append 3. So if I print here ls have a 1 2 3. Okay, ls have a 1 2 3. Okay, so now I am going to say, hey, I can create new tuple. Again I am going to create a tuple equal to new tuple constructor and pass the parameter as a list. And if I am again printing the same tuple, the look like again I am created this modified tuple. But look like, but reality here you are creating the new tuples. Okay, this is the one way. Okay, another way, instead of this, okay, so instead of this I have already one t1 tuple. Let's already create another t1 tuple equal to just single element 3. So notice this is the single element, but we have to specify the comma to make a tuple. It's the tuple. So now we can just use this tuple equal to tuple plus tuple 1. And if you print tuple now is the modified version. So now your tuple contain 1, 2, 3. So this is the syntax one way. Someone say write single syntax also say uh, this way, or you can say write t equal to plus equal to t1. The both are the same syntax. You can write this way or this way. Both are this is the short form. The same, this line is the same as a same line. Okay, you can write this way or this way. Both are the same thing. So tuples are concatenated, means joined as well as, right? So due to that, you are able to directly, indirectly, you can say what here we can say you have one tuple with the two value 1 and 2, right? And here I can create another tuple. I can create another tuple with only 3, and I say, hey, both concate them, both join them. So I can create new tuple 1, 2, and 3. I can now create tuples. This is the now t pointing to this tuple. Here t pointing to the old tuple. The old tuples are unchangeable. These tuples are unmodifiable. But I can, using this both, I can create the new tuples. A new tuple can say, hey, just don't point here. Now this t point to the new tuple. Good. So these are the couple of options alternate we have. And sometimes there is a concept of unpacked. What do you mean unpacked? Unpacked means whenever you are creating a tuple, what we are doing? Normally assign values to it. That means called the packing. So let's we have a value 5, we have value 6, we have value 7. What then? We have just pack them and create one variable tuple. Okay, tuple. So this is known as a packing. Sometimes I want to get this value in the different variable. That means to extract the value back to the variable. I want to variable A, I want to variable B, I want to variable C. So you can just say, hey, this is a 3 variable. I want to assign this tuple. So from this tuple, this value again going to the bind this variable. This is known as an unpacking. So variables you can extract from the tuple. Okay. So here say tuple equal to variable 2 comma variable 3. Okay. So, yeah, you can say, okay, if you print 3, okay, okay, 3, okay. Now here you have an option like, okay, so you can say I have a variable A and variable B, okay. These just I want to extract this value from this tuple, okay. And if you print A variable, print B variable. So now you can extract value from this tuple and assigning the variable A and B. What happens? Some additional variable like 9. So whenever we have some additional variable, and now this tuple have a 3 value, but you are only assigning the 2 value. So here compiler is very unhappy. Python say not. You have to specify 3. Here okay, I have to specify a C as well as variable. So now it will happy, it will find. But I'm not interested to the C. But I want only 2 variable, not the 3. So how possible? Then we have a, okay. So here you can say let's print C. So it now our problem solved right now. But sometime I want no, I want to only x comma y2 equal to this tuple. Okay, I want to avoid allow tuples. So there is a concept of uh, uh, star. You can say, hey, just make a star here. It's asterisk. Now our Python interpreter is the happy. You mention I need x, and this variable contain everything after that. So they contain everything after that. If you print here x comma y, x print y. So this will print x. Just comment out this as of now. So notice this print your first variable and remaining print by the y. After y print everything. Okay. So in this way you can specify. Even you can say star, you can place here. Here you can place star. Here you can remove. So what do you mean by that? So this y point to this or x point to this two variable. So here you are mapping this is the y point to this 9 or star means they point to the remaining both. Okay. So in this case, if you run, you point this is. So sometime you want to avoid Python interpreter, so you can use asterisk. So same thing here, you can use asterisk to avoid. So if the number of variable is less than the number of tuple, you can use asterisk variable name and assign to the variable notice. Like here, this is our one tuples, and here say I want to green. So green assigned to the here, yellow assigned to the here, and red assigned to the everything. Red assigned to the everything. So if you print green, yellow, red everything. Or you can say I want to green assigned to the apple, red assigned to the raspberry, and yellow means everything is a yellow. Yeah. So be careful. They are mapping whatever the individual they map to the position. This is last. Go to the last map. This is the first. Go to the first match. And remaining star. That is the remaining star. So somehow star just make your code works. But be carefully whenever you placing a star. Okay. That's 8. Okay. And run. Notice here star this means ki everything. What happened? I mention like here Z. Z. So be carefully. This is mapped to the last. This is mapped to the last, second last, and everything go to the X. If you here place star here, that means this Z map to this last element, X map to this first element, a Y star means this is everything is considered as a Y. So whenever you have a tuple like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you want to just access variable x, y, and z. So how if you are not because tuple contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 value. How they are mapped to the 3? They are not expecting to the 3 variable. You say let's I want to z map to the here, x map to the here, and remaining should be the y and mention the star. Or you can say hey x, y, and z. The x map, but here Python interpreter comes. It says let's star means x map to the 1, y map to the 2, and everything map to the z. So these are the be carefully. Exact mapping happen. Even the between the star you can place in the first point, second point, none point, any places. Okay. And these are the some kind of, whenever you have a loop concept, whenever we have a tuple, so generally whenever you print t tuple, they print all the element of this tuple. Okay, but you want to only specific, then you can use the index, that's 5, you can get the 5. You want to only the range or sub slice, you can use the index starting point till end point. This is the indexing. Sometime I want to know each every element one by one, first element, second element, third element, fourth element. You can use the concept of loop. So we have a two loop, for loop and while loop. Just we have one array data. This is the data structures, your tuples, and just loop them and print. Another is the while loop. So here, okay. Okay. So two way to print access every element. Okay. One is the simple for whatever the element in variable in the tuple, in the tuple. Okay, tuple, in the tuple one, colon, space, and print every element. Okay, this is the one way you can get every element. So every element one by one. So what is here? Here the loop is a kind of a concept where say, hey, for each element, what is the value of e till now in the tuple? So we have already one tuple, we already have one of tuples in the, they are first pointing to the first variable, and you can print. Okay, again loop is again going to the here next element this 5, again go 3 and then 5, again go next element, again 9, again go next element 8, no, again go no element, loop is stop. If you if you print something here, print okay, okay. So okay will print after every element done, right now, every element once you done. Okay, so this is the kind of loop, they are print going to the multiple type until the length. So somehow this is known as a looping concept. Okay, so same thing you can do is the two kind of, one is the for, this is the for syntax. The for syntax have a for keyword, this is a any variable in keyword, and provide here the collection. Maybe here collection can be list, can be tuple, can be any collection, that is more than one value, this is a collection. Okay, you can specify, and one by one element they are printing. Another way using the index space. So because the we know tuples are indexed, so we can access from index wise, index 1, index 2, index 3. So let's create one index index variable equal to 0, and this is the syntax while index less than 0, 1, 2, 3 length. This is the length. You know, already we know the length is the function that give me the length. So you can say length of the my tuple. And after that just mention the colon and specify, hey, print the whatever the tuple we have at the index. Okay, even you can print index as well as index comma. So now you have an index. Okay, and after that this index you are going to the index increase. Now index equal to index plus 1, and then after that say, hey, okay, print just demarcation. Okay. This is the okay. So this is the two way where you can just run the loop. Notice they are getting the element index position 1, 2, 3. Well, whatever the here value can be anything. Here you can value can be string or just say 1, 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. Well, you are get the value. So you can access every element using the for loop, or you can access every element using the while loop. So this loop work like okay. So here just for explanation. So this is your tuple. They have a index 0, 1, 2, 3. So this number of element 1, 2, 3, 4. If you calculate length they have this is the fourth element we have. We have four element. So we can start from index 0, 0 less than 4, 0 less than 4 yes. So that then the give me the value at the 0 index. Okay. Now I can say index equal to index plus 1. Index become a 1. A 1 is again less than yes. Go to the print the next number. Again plus plus 2 less than index 4 yes print them. Again index 3, 3 less than print. Again index 4, 4 less than no, loop is closed and come here. Okay, so this is the two way. One is the for loop, one other is the while loop. These are the two famous kind of loop in every programming language offer. In this way you can access the one by one element. This is the directly we can access the element. Here element with the index. Okay, these are the two way to access every elements from the tuples. And we discuss tuple also have a concept of the joining, which is two join two or more tuples using the plus operator. The plus operator here likes the tuple 1, tuple 2, and you can just use plus operator to join them. Okay, so we can also discuss tuple 1. Let's say they have a comma b comma c. Okay, so here you can say this is the tuple 1, this is the tuple 2, let's say 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, maybe tuple 3 equal to, let's we have a 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, so these are the different tuples, right? So here you can say tuple 4 equal to tuple 2 plus tuple 3, print tuple 4. So here be carefully, plus is the operator that is not going to tuple 2 and tuple 3. These are the, if these are number, these are number, they're not going to the plus number. They are going to this tuple plus this tuple. Means now you can say like this way. They are just this is the one tuple and this is the another tuple. You are going to the tuple 2 and tuple 3. This is the tuple 3. Then the first tuple 1 and plus tuple 2. So here like 1, 2, 3, here 4, 5 and 6. Okay. So they create another tuples, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This merge happen. So here you can get this. This is not any plus means not mathematical operation. Not they are going to do 1 plus 5. They are not doing any plus operation. They are joining the just tuples. So here 2, 3. Okay. So you get just this complete. Even you can join a T5 equal to T1 plus T2. T5 a print. So you can get this. Just appending. Okay. And if in another we have an option, you can multiply the content. We use multiply operator. So here you can say, hey, I want this. So if you notice, we have a, this is the one time. Okay, this is the one. I want to same again. I want to same again. I want to repeat again 1, 2, 3. Again 1, 2, 3. Repetition 3 times. So instead of I am going to write 1, 2, 3, comma 1, 2, 3, comma 1, 2, 3, are going to plus them, just going to repeat them. Okay. So here say, hey, I want T4 equal to just T1 multiply 3 times. T4 dot print. So they are going to T1, this is the one, 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. Or you can say anything you can say, that's T2. So they return 1, 2, 3, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So these are the repetition, same thing you want to multiple times. Then you can use the multiply operation or plus operator. These two operators are overridden by the Python to allow, you can say, join the tuples. And what the till now understand, tuples support some kind of like indexing. You can access element from the using index. Slicing, you can access the sub element from the existing tuples. Concatenations, you can join two or more tuples, and repetitions, you can use this operator to repetition. Concatenation, there are two operators, plus and star a multiplication used to do the combining repetitions. So generally, these are the common operation you can perform on the tuples. And if you look like indexing, this is the overall just indexing, provide 1, 2, 3, you can get the value. If you want to again slicing, you can just provide the 1, 2, 3, 3 are not together. This is 0, this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, this is the 4. So you can get from 1 to this two value you can get only. Note these 3 are not included. Okay. And similarly, concatenations, you have the plus operator. This means this and plus this. So this is the your tuple 1 and this is your tuple 2. Just they are joined. Again 1, 2, 3 repeat 2 times. So this is the 1 time, this is the 2 time. In this way, a repetition happens. Okay. So these are the operations you can perform on the tuple, right? And the overall, if you got the tuples are the immutable data structures, you cannot provide any additional method to append, delete, remove. They have only kind of a two operations you can do: index and count. Okay, so index and count. You have a, so here you can say print T1 have a two kind of operation. You can say index or count. You can say count. They give me the count. Okay, you specify the count of the, let's count of C. So how many number of C exist in the count? Because let's they have a, again maybe D and maybe again C. So here they can count of your, and one we have a method like a T1 like index. Give me the index of C. Okay. Yeah, give me the index of B. Okay, you can get the index of B. Index of B is equal to 0, 1. What about C? Index of C. Index of C देखो 0 1 2 they return 2. So they return, if you have a multiple occurrence, they return the first indexes. Okay, these are the two operations, return the index of the first occurrence always. So if you have a your elements you want to index, what is the first occurrence they return? Count return the occurrence of a specific element if you want. If any is the index which element you want, and the count which element you want to count the occurrence. So only these two methods you can say functions tuple head, because these tuples are the immutable data structure that not provide any kind of append method, remove method, sort method, reverse method. This is no sir. These operations not in the tuple data structures. So this use case a scenario where you can think tuples are the very useful when you need to store a small fixed size and collections of data that does not change. So you have a small, you know the size and the that are the important point that cannot be changed. So maybe sometime you are representing some particular record or row in the database, because whenever you read the database, generally database is a fixed schema, so you know this is the four column always available. So those scenario tuples are very useful. Okay, or maybe returning multiple values from function. Let's give have a function you want to return two value or three value. So instead of creating the different data structures, just use the tuple that create the for returning the multiple values, and even creating the dictionary whenever in this scenario. Tuples are very useful. Okay, so these are the scenario where you can use, but be carefully. Tuples are immutable data structures. Okay, so these are the some points about the tuple data structures, and surely if you want to get more details about this data structure, again refer the official documentation of the, these are the data structures about the tuples. You can go and understand the tuple and sequence, how to create everything. They have all the details you can find here. Okay, so please refer the official documentation for getting more details. These are the complete documentation available. Okay, just go through uh, the here tutorials, and they have complete syntax mention and everything you can found here right now. Just read out the more details if you want to details, surely that required if you are going to the more details, right? So that are these that are the some points I have for this tuple data structures. Be carefully use this, because this is the data structures that are uh, used to managing, collecting a small fixed size of the data, and that is the immutable data structures. So in generally always in some programming language very prefer you can use the data structures that are mutables, or sometime use the data structure that are immutable. So Python support both. For mutable data structure, this means you are going to work on the group of collections of elements, then go to the list data structures. If you want to go to the work on the collections of value, but that's are unmodifiable, unchangeable, in those scenario you can go to the tuple data structure. Okay, so both have a advantage and disadvantage, but different use case, different scenario. These two tuples and list both are the kind of a array data structure, index data structure, support the orders element, work on the collections of element. The only difference is that one is the mutable data structure, another is the immutable data structures. So as per our use case, surely we can use this tuple for the small fixed size unmodifiable collections of object where our need we can use them. So generally these are represent the fixed size row, okay, or Generally, whenever you are calling a writing a method, the method return the multiple value, value 1, value 2, value 3. The tuples are very, very useful. So that's for the day. Thank you.